Hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Mongolian campaign. In this scenario, I guess you would call it, you start off with a small force of 4 light cavalry and 4 cavalry archers. And there's a small amount of Mongol villages spread around the countryside, and you have to travel to each one of them, and each of them will join you if you fulfill a certain condition. The first Mongol village that you come to, which is the gray, or black on the mini-map, which was a great update in the Forgotten Empires expansion. I really enjoyed that. Anyway, they want you to get a relic. Obviously, you can't do that yet because you don't have a monk, and for whatever reason, a relic is way too difficult for anyone other than a monk to carry. I'm not quite sure why that is. So, since that one is, on the back burner until later, we have to go on to the next village, which will ask for 20 sheep, which is probably the easiest of all the requirements. And I'll show you guys exactly where a small encampment of the Karakatai, which is the enemies, the red player, they will have a small little palisade enclosure with a whole bunch of sheep, and for all the rest of your sheep, there won't be 20 sheep inside this enclosure, but for all the rest of your sheep, you just want to kind of travel around, and there will be random patches of sheep all across the country. So here you want to just kill a small amount of cavalry archers that are guarding the sheep, and then all the sheep will be yours, and you can give them back to whatever the name of that tribe is that asked for the sheep. I cannot pronounce it for the life of me. And after that, what I did is I found the place where the relic is stored, and I decided to attack that place next, even though I hadn't quite found the sheep. It took me quite a while to find the sheep, but eventually I did it. There's actually a very large patch of sheep. If you just go straight north from your starting position, there's about 6 or 7 sheep there, and that's really what you want to do. What you want to go for is those 6 or 7 sheep just north of your starting position. That'll cut down on the sheep collecting time by quite a bit. That's really what I should have done, and extended the scenario longer than it should have been. Anyway, here's where the relic is. Obviously, I can't capture the relic yet, and I stupidly lost a couple cavalry archers there to the Mangonel when I didn't have to. But obviously I can't get the relic yet, but I can just kill off the soldiers here and then come back once I do have a monk. So after this, I went and found the last of the sheep and turned those in, and my sheep mission was complete. And here was just a bit. I think I was eating my chili at the moment. Yes, I was eating chili during the scenario, and so I took a lot of pauses to kind of take a few bites of my lunch. It was pretty delicious. I'm sure you guys don't really care, but anyway, I found another village here who say they want me to defeat the purple Mongol village. They're enemies, so definitely I can do that. You don't have to get every single village to join you, just all but one, because 2 of the villages will want you to destroy one of the other villages. That doesn't make sense. Think about it for a few minutes. But basically, yeah, you can't actually get every single village to join you. You just have to get all but one. And here, this is after I turned in the sheep. They gave me 2 monks, which are useful because you can use them to heal your troops, and then just pick up the relic and walk it the long way back to the gray base. It is quite a long way because monks are slow and they waddle, and they take a long time to waddle, like halfway across the map. So just be aware of that. Now would be a really good time to go check what's on TV or go make yourself a snack. That would be what I really advise doing here. I think I took this time right now to kind of enjoy my lunch, and that's about it. So anyway, my soldiers are just kind of making the long trek back all the way to the Gray's base, and now they finally get here. That was quite a while for me having to wait for them, but it is what it is. And the monks will arrive in a while, as again, this is a good time to just go grab a snack or something. And then the Gray will give you a couple Mangudai, which are kind of like cavalry archers, but much stronger, so they're pretty cool, and you just want to group them up with everyone else. And at first I was a bit confused because I haven't played this scenario in a couple years, but you just have to drop the relic, and then the monk of the Mongol little tribe there will collect it and put it into his monastery, and the Mangudai are yours. And the next one that I would advise doing is the teal-colored base. They will give you a couple camels, which is pretty cool. You don't really need the extra troops to take down the purple, but it is just nice to have them, and also to get it out of the way. The next objective is you have to kill a really strong wolf called Ornlu, I believe his name is, and what's special about him is he has a ton of hit points and much higher attack than normal wolves, so he can actually take out a couple cavalry just on his own, which is kind of weird because traditionally wolves can't really do that, but this wolf is pretty badass, so you got to watch out for that. But don't worry, by this time you should have way too many troops to worry about any silly wolves bothering you, so I decided just to take out the Karakatai here, just in case they decided to, take out my monks. Anyway, you don't really need the healing. but I brought the monks along just in case. You can never be too careful in a game like this. So here's the teal colored base, and the wolf encampment is just a little bit to the southeast. On some cliffs, and there's a whole bunch of wolves there. It's not just the main one, but the other ones are all pretty easy. It's just one king wolf. A whole bunch of skeletons here on the ground, really just setting the scene for what a terrible and miserable place this is. So by this time you should have a fair amount of cavalry archers. Just be aware that you might lose all your light cavalry in this little skirmish here, so if that's not really what you wanted to do, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. And as soon as you kill this wolf place, I would recommend sending one of your light cavalry. I sent my lowest hit point light cavalry all the way to the greens base, because that means as soon as I kill the purple, the light cavalry there at the greens base will just like automatically turn the mission in, and I won't have to wait. So by this point, yeah, my light cavalry is in the greens base, and I'll just pick up my camels and go destroy the purple. Here I'm just changing my diplomatic stance with them to enemy, and they only have 5 cavalry archers. They're very, very easy to kill. You don't have to destroy any of their buildings. Just wipe out all their cavalry archers, and they're done. They surrender, and you win. Or if you were stupid and didn't send light cavalry all the way to the green space, then you'll have to go all the way down to the green space. But luckily, I was forward thinking. So that's all. Thanks for watching this scenario. Hopefully it was helpful, and please stay tuned for more scenarios coming in the near future. That is all, and farewell.